Good afternoon, evening, morning time to you all. So, today, again, this isn't going to be a particularly interesting story, but it's one that I figured I'd share with you. It happened to me just today, too. Right, so, as I'm sure most of you know, borders closed a few, was it last year? I don't know. Anyway, borders closed a time ago, and there was this one at this mall, kind of by my house, and so I went there, because I thought it was a Barnes & Noble's. No, it was a Borders, and Borders had closed. So, but this other book, which I'm not going to say the name of the company to in case any of my subscribers work for them, because I have a whole 3 subscribers and one of them is me. Alright, well anyway, I was in this bookstore, and there were no books at all. There was the entire bookstore was a fiction section in the middle, and there was also some Halloween decorations. They took half the store and put up curtains so you couldn't see the other half of the store from this half. Anyway, it was all the fiction section, VHS section, because everybody has a VHS player, and a self-help section, and that was it. Alright. The only book I'd ever heard of that was in that store was The Hunger Games, which they had one copy of kept at the front. But I looked for Harry Potter, they didn't have Harry Potter. I was looking for something by John Green, they didn't have anything by John Green. I was looking for Darren Shan, they didn't have anything from Darren Shan. So as you can see, this is already a pretty crappy bookstore, but this isn't why it's bad. Realizing that they had no books, I decided to go to other stores in the mall. But I got bored of the other stores, and I decided to go back into the bookstore to check out the one section I hadn't checked out yet, which was an independent reader section, which I was noticed as I was leaving, but I didn't feel the need to check. So anyway, I go in and I check. Once again, there are no books I've ever heard of, but that's not the worst part. Alright, so I'm walking, and it's built into the wall, sort of like an extra room. So there's a corner, but it wasn't in the corner of the store. So I'm walking, and the corner of that little section, the bookshelves are there. And on one of the shelves, and I kid you not, there was a cockroach that was that big. That big. And it wasn't even one of those fake plastic ones that people put places to scare people, because the antennas were twitching, and I'm like, okay, so I walked up to the girl at the counter, and I'm like, I just felt I should tell you, there is a monster-sized cockroach over in your independent reader section. And this is what the girl did, because she was reading. This is what the girl did. Oh, okay. And then she continued reading. And I'm like, oh, hola, 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 hola. Swoozy 06 reference. Anyway. So, I'm like, you have no idea what I mean by monster-sized cockroach. And she's like, closed her book. She walked over to the independent reader section. And she came back looking all pale and oh my god. And she, walked over, because she was the only person in the bookstore section, she walked over into the Halloween section, and she had to get the guy that was in the Halloween section to come get it. Except, when he went over to go get it, he was, laughing. But when he came back, he, I didn't think he had gotten it, but when he came back, he was, just as scared as she was. So I left that bookstore, and I don't think I'll ever return. So, yeah. by all those people who aren't pedophiles.